Christine Rohrman. I'm the current librarian at the Dr. Rita Schiavo Library. And I want to tell you how the Dr. Rita Schiavo Library started here in Strathmere. Dr. Rita Schiavo was a highly educated woman for her time. She lived in Philadelphia, but she spent her summers here in Strathmere. But she didn't drive, so she would have loved to have a library within walking distance. She always thought would be the best thing for Strathmere would be to have their own library. She didn't expect to die, right away, but she talked over, her plans for her estate with Bruce Riordan, and decided she'd like to leave her money to create a library. So that's what she did. She died in 2005, and the process began, and this library was built in 2009 and opened, I think, June of 2009. Yep. And it had about 1,000 items in it, mostly books that were mostly donated by people, in the neighborhood, the residents and people in Sea Isle and Ocean City. They had a really nice dedication and opening ceremony for it. Carol Bruno was hired as the first librarian, and she worked with Bruce to create this library. She helped him order the furniture and, set up everything. The library was actually established as a private library, which is unusual, not-for-profit organization. It's not affiliated with the county library system, and it's not paid for by the city. It's overseen actually by a board of trustees with Bruce Riordan as the president. And anyone can join the library. It's a payment thing. You pay a yearly fee to belong to the library. Very small yearly fee. After Carol Bruno departed abruptly in October of that year, Bruce was looking for a replacement. And I just happened to know Marion, and I was chatting with a friend of hers.
Marion
Ingram. And I was chatting with a friend of hers, and Pat, and I said, I'm looking for a part-time job because my husband said it was time to get a part-time job after being retired for a year. And she said, oh, I think they're looking for a librarian, in Strathmere. You better go check into that. So I did. I came up and talked to Bruce, and I got the job. So then I became the librarian in October of that year, and I've been doing it for over 8 years now. Now I'm retiring, but anyway. So at the time we had there was a tiny collection, about 1,000 items here in the library of books and DVDs, and now we have about 4,500 items. We've added quite a lot to the library over the last few years. We have increased the shelves. We have more shelves than it started with, and all of our shelves now are full. And we have added CDs. That was our CD collection over here, where the listening station was actually donated by a friend of mine. He donated his whole CD collection, and it is a lot of classical and opera. So if anybody wants to get interested in classical and opera, you have that opportunity. Are there any questions you have about the library?
You have a big children's collection too.
We do. We have a nice children's area. We have children's books, we have children's games and puzzles, and we have a real nice children's bench that was donated by the Strathmere Improvement Association. And we offer a little bit of everything in this library. We have computers, we have a magazine and newspaper section, we have fiction, non-fiction, we have computers, I said, a CD listening station, we have a teen corner, we have a puzzle and adult drawing table and a makerspace table, which is like a children's craft and experiment table. We have a display. We have several display areas where people can put their special collections. And we have a couple used book sales. That's our big fundraiser. We have programs in the summertime.
What's the? I know you have a family scavenger hunt? What are the things that the kids like the most, would you say?
The scavenger hunt is very popular, and our, of course, wetlands turtle program is the most popular program that we have. Then we have a story time for children, and we have a Lego club for children in the summer. And then we try, each year we try something different. Past year we tried Poetry Day, and then we had a puppet workshop day. That was kind of fun.
And you have a mahjong group.
And now we have, throughout the year, we have a mahjong group that plays here, on Wednesdays. And now the library is used for voting. So now that people come here and vote, a nice, comfortable place to vote. And we do have also some limited meeting space, so small groups can meet here too. As far as books go, I try to order what I think people want. I do have a couple of different websites that I use to get ideas for books that book clubs are interested in, because a lot of people belong to book clubs nowadays. Some bestsellers, we go for some of the bestsellers. Recommendations from people. People will come in, and I have a folder that I call my wish list, and whenever anyone comes in with an idea, or I come up with an idea for a book, I'll write it down, and then when I do a book order, it'll be included. So that's kind of how I come up with it. As far as DVDs, I like to first of all get the Academy Award winners, try to get those, and then just children's DVDs that are popular, and also suggestions from people too. We have a kind of limited budget, so we only purchase about, I think we looked at our budget, we only purchase about $1,000 worth of books a year, and about $500 worth of DVDs for the year. So it's not a real lot compared to other libraries. It's tiny, but we get donations all the time. So people are always donating books, and some people even donate DVDs and CDs, and we get donations of all kinds. So we keep whatever we could use for the collection and fill the shelves.
So in the summertime you have a lot of beach reading?
Summertime we have a lot of everything. A lot of people. We get we have the most people here in the summertime. We have beach books that go out, and they're the most popular in the summertime. That's a special thing that we have here, the beach books. Carol Bruno started, and that's the paperbacks that people can check out, and they don't have to bring them back any specific time. They're actually part of the collection. They're not in the catalog, so they're kind of more for a casual reading that people can do. And they're quite popular.
And what sustains the library? What keeps it going? It's obviously not membership alone. Right.
No, the membership and what money we collect for little things doesn't do it. It's the estate. The estate is still supporting the library. It's not. We don't really raise enough money to sustain the library. Luckily, the estate is able to sustain the library.
And do you know anything about Dr. Schiavo?
I do not know too much about her. I never met her. I just know that she was an educator, and so I lived in Philadelphia.
And I think the story goes that she helped her father name the streets in town. She was a Civil War buff.
I think so. And I think her family, they were the ones involved in selling a lot of the property in town.
So we have a lot of
South
Tecumseh became Tecumseh.
Is that right? I didn't know that. Is that right?
A lot.
That's why I have the Civil War names.
Yes, and that was, I think, as a child, she had a lot of interest in Civil War history.
Yeah, she was very interested in education and libraries.
Is there any one? What's the most commonly asked question, would you say, when people come in?
Oh.
Besides, could I use your bathroom? That's
probably. Can you make me a copy? Do you have a copy machine? Can you send faxes? Do you have computers? Yeah, and we can do all those things. Yes. It's probably not about books, to tell you the truth. Nowadays, libraries have to be about everything, whatever people need. That's what a library is trying to provide. Those services. Yeah.
And you've done, switching subjects, you've done movie days or movie nights or things in the past.
We have tried that. Yes. Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to see or that you didn't get to in your time that you're here?
Oh, the only thing I would like to see is I'd like to see the library continue and grow. I hope that happens after I retire and the library continues. I'll keep checking on you and make sure. I'll keep driving up this way and see.